Hey guys, it's Kells here today. Come on in, come on in. Mayo, presente, Mayo, Marjorie. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is it pixelated? Do I need to turn off my Wi-Fi or any of that? Let me know. Is my hair looking a mess? Okay. We're late. Okay. Hello, hello. Hey, DB. We're late, but we're here. Coming in clear. Good, good, good. Okay. We're late, but we're here. As you guys know, I'm supposed to go live between 7 and 9, but it's just not working out for me. But I promised that I would be here for our 7-day challenge. So I am here. We are on day 5, day 5 of the It's Kells Collective 7-day challenge. Shall I remind you guys what we're doing? We're going live 7 days in a row, taking your dating drama, your dating tea, your dating stories, your dating issues, your dating comments from our It's Kells Collective at Gmail box. And I'm reading them live, unrehearsed, right here on our live broadcast. I'll give you my candid feedback, and then you give me your candid feedback in the comments, and we'll let our writer know our thoughts and our opinions on what they're going through and our tips to help them out in this crazy world of dating. So that's why you guys, that's why we're here every day for the last 5 days in a row doing these live broadcasts, just because I am sticking to the challenge. Now, this is round 2 of our live broadcast of our 7-day challenge. I already did a 7-day challenge during the week of Thanksgiving, and a couple of those videos blew up, mainly the ones with black women in the title. So black women leveling up and Meghan Markle and them, that blew up. And black women do not like good black men, that blew up from last week. And then we had a couple of other ones, the last round of the 7-day challenge. And then we had a couple of other ones that did well as well. If that makes sense? And so I promised you guys that if you guys got the last video in the last round of the 7-day challenge to over 50 likes, that I would come back and do another 7-day challenge. But of course, you guys got the video to over 50 likes because the It's Kells Collective is lit, like litty lit. But in addition, I needed your help because I don't want to be on here just ranting and raving about whatever topics I feel like speaking about. I want you guys to write in and let me know what you want to hear me talk about. So that's why we opened up the Gmail box. That's why we have the It's Kells Collective Gmail box. And that's why we have you guys chiming in and letting our people, our other watchers know that it's not just Kells up here talking, but we have a whole community behind us that we are informing and helping and supporting each other in this crazy dating world, as I call it, because it is kind of crazy. So, thank you guys for coming back for day 5. I'm gonna jump right into it because I glimpsed at this email and it's long, but I think it's gonna be an interesting topic because we never really talk about dating in the context of middle age issues. And so I think this might be interesting for us to test our skill because, our dating might be good for the young folks, but is our dating and our dating tips good for a little bit more seasoned audience? And I do know from the stats on my videos that we do have a little bit of a seasoned audience out there. So let's test our skills. Let's see if we can help this writer out with her dating issues that pertain to the lifestyle of a middle-aged person. Yes, shall we get into it? Let's do it. Okay, got my laptop here, per the usual. Oh, and announce yourselves. Come on in, come on in. When you come on in, announce yourself in the comments. I'll give you a shout out. I already saw Marjorie. I already saw DB. Who else said something? Anybody else said something? Nobody else yet. But yeah, you guys come in and announce yourselves. I see you on here. Let me know you're in here watching. Hey, Pamela. We talking about your video, your email today, girl. We're going to go through your email today. Hey. And give this video a thumbs up, please. It helps me get noticed in this big, wide world of YouTube. And it also helps me know which of the videos, hey, Alan, it also helps me know which of the videos you guys like the most. But I do need the likes because it's good because it helps me get a little visibility, if you would do me that favor. Okay, enough of me talking. We're going to get into this email. Okay, the subject line says, dating in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hi, Kels. Well, you wanted to know about the dating scene here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I can definitely tell you that it's a challenge like any other place out there. I'm not sure how you can use this on your channel, but it is food for thought for people who are middle-aged and dating, and for those who are someplace where the dating pool is shallow. Okay. I've tried not to make this sound like a college paper of sorts, but it's the nature of my job that I clearly present the information that I found. So here it is in a nutshell. Hey, Kenyon. Thank you for announcing yourself. About me, going back into the email now. I'm originally from the Midwest and moved here, which is Albuquerque, New Mexico, a couple years ago for a great paying job. She got money. Okay, she got money. All right. I'm a widow of 13 years, and I have a 25-year-old son who lives out here with me. Okay, so no husband for 13 years and a grown son, one grown son, who lives out here with me. So I don't know if the son lives with her or just lives in Albuquerque. I've dated from time to time, but nothing serious. I think you dating, if you think dating is hard at your age, try it at 53. Okay, 53, okay. Some of the questions I get asked are, how do you like living in Mexico? Really? My answer is, you do know that New Mexico is a state in the United States, right? People who live here always ask me, so how do you like living here? My diplomatic answer is, I like it. It is very scenic and the people are really nice. No one wants to hear anything negative about their state. Child, I be telling these people that it's no London. They do get mad. When they ask me about DC, a lot of times I used to be like, it's all right, it's nice. It's only the last 3 months that I really started to enjoy the city. But prior to that, I'd be like, this is no London and it's no New York. But they do get offended, so I feel you on that. Okay, so being out here takes some getting used to. Being out here takes some getting used to, like going from lush green to dusty dirt brown. Okay, so it's New Mexico, so it has that like deserty feel, that terracotta look to it, I would assume. Weather is great, and Vegas is a hop, skip, and a jump from here. Okay, cool. Demographics. Albuquerque has a population of about 600,000 people. Of that, roughly 69% are white, 48% Hispanic, and blacks make up about 4% of the population. Make up about 4%, period. The military base has a large pool of men, mostly in the age group around 18 to 29, and the median age here is 36. So you must be some sort of statistician, is that the correct word? Or something having to do with the census or the demographics, or maybe in the federal government or something, because you know quite a bit about the hard facts about Albuquerque. But I did ask her to write in. She was on one of my other lives, and I was like, tell me about New Mexico, tell me about New Mexico. So here she is telling me about it, so I'm not complaining. Okay, the ratio of men to women is 1.1 man for each woman. Okay, I don't know how you measure 1.1 man, but there it is. As a black professional woman, my friends here tell me that I need to step out of my comfort zone and be open to dating outside my race. Several of them have dated white men and say they enjoy it. Guys, my phone about to die again, and guess what? I got the plug right here. It's too far away though. Hold on one sec. See if I can move this. There you go. There. See, I was prepared today. I didn't have to jet off like I did last night. You saw how fast I moved when this phone died last night? Who watched last night? Let me know if you watched last night, what you thought of last night. Okay, so back to the email. So 1.1 man for each woman. She says she don't know how they measure 1.1, but that's what it is. And she's a black professional woman, and her friends tell her that she needs to step outside of her comfort zone and be open to dating outside of her race. Several of them have dated white men, and they say they really enjoy it. Okay. So I recently joined Match. She says dating. Now she got another category. Alan, you watched last night? How'd you like it? Okay. She says, now she got a dating category. She says, so I recently joined Match to see if anything comes from that. Let's just say I'm having some real interesting messages so far, such as hi, HI period. What the heck is that about? Hi? Is that crickets chirping? Another was, hey, you're a cutie. We should talk. I'm thinking, oh yes, I see this would be a riveting conversation. Not. Okay, she's hilarious. Or the other one that has me shaking my head is, oh, I see you like to cook. So do I. Where do you go grocery shopping at? And I'm thinking, like, I would really respond and tell you, dude, you must be insane or something. I do realize that I've been out of the dating scene for a while, but have people forgotten how to have conversation? Okay. She being old school there? Is she being too old school with the conversation thing? Let's talk about it. Let's continue. I have found that there are brothers here. The brothers here tend to date interracially for the most part, which I do expect being around a military base. So I also find that younger, being a military base, period. I also find that younger men tend to hit on me more than men closer to my age. When I meet them, older men, they tend to just smile and walk right past me. I do realize some of them may be in relationships or married, but these are the men that I know, but these are men that I know are single. What's up with that? I've been told that I look like Lisa Ray. Personally, I don't see that at all, but I know I'm easy on the eyes. I've been told that my standards are too high and that I should try to lower them or overlook shortcomings. So what are my options? Become a recluse and raise 50 cats or something? Not an option. Lower my standards and scrape the bottom of the barrel? Also not an option. Date outside my race? Definitely an option. Any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. Regards, Pam. And Pam has included a photo. And let me tell you, she wasn't lying. She is cute. And she does look like Lisa Ray. She really does. She look like Lisa Ray, like sister or like cousin or something like that. Okay, so that is our letter, and I had written some notes and I left them over there. So y'all give me, I'm just totally not prepared tonight. Give me 1 second. Let me get my little notes over here. Hold on. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Whew, rough. This 5-day. I told y'all yesterday the 7-day challenge is not easy. It's not easy. Okay. So let me preface this before I get into my little talk by saying, clearly I'm not middle-aged, and every piece of advice that I am going to talk about or give in this situation, Pam, is you take with a grain of salt. Please don't judge me if I give you some really naive advice, because I'm just not there. You're a widow, you're a mother, you moved across country. Hi, Deb. You've done so much in your life. So there's only so much that somebody like me can tell you about dating. But I've been studying. I've really been studying. So I might be able to tell you a little something. I mean, a little bit something that might at least get you thinking a little bit. You might be a little bit stuck in some old, some old ways. You might be stuck in a little bit of old ways. And so maybe I could help massage you out into, maybe I can help massage you into some of the maybe new ways of dating, because child, it's totally different, and all the advice that my mama and them try to give ain't worth nothing, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Hey, lover of my soul, you caught us live. Come on. All that advice that my mom and aunties and them be trying to give, it do not work. So maybe the other way works a little bit better. And Pamela, I would love for you to test some of this out and let us know how it goes. Okay. So let me look at my little notes. Okay. So the first thing that I would say is that conversation, you talked about conversation and it being a little dry and a little bit heavy. And based on the way that you wrote this email, I can tell that your mind goes a mile a minute and that you have a lot of depth to you. And a lot of times when you're texting, that is not the platform for depth. When you're doing online dating, that is not the platform for depth. All it is for looking at pictures, seeing if something see a little cuteness, and then to try to quickly set up something in person so you could gauge whether or not this person even worth your time. Okay. I don't personally online date because I find it disgusting and skeevy, but maybe one day in the future, I will be like, you know what, let me give it a try. But every time I online date, my feelings get hurt. Cause just the scummiest people be trying to talk to me on online dating, and then I just feel like something is wrong with me. So that's the reason why I don't online date. I've tried it before in the past, and I'm like, these weirdos have too much access to me on this online dating. So I would suggest, going out in person, um, and meeting people in person, whether you join a group like Meetup on meetup.com. There's this website called meetup.com where all these people have a lot of similar interests. They meet up and do like happy hours or photography or hiking or, exercise or running. And so anything that you're kind of interested in, I would suggest you find a group and go and do it and get outside of the house, outside of work. Leave the office early. Leave the office early. I find that a lot of women, they become the wife of the office. They become the wife of the office. What do I mean by that? They're the ones that's in there early, in there late, taking care of everybody, planning every little happy hour, planning every little party. The mother of the office, the wife of the office, and then your real life suffers, because if your real life is a little bit dry, the office will always pile on some more work or some more responsibility for you to do. So leave the doggone office early. If it ain't going, work is called work for a reason, which means it's always gonna be there. There's always gonna be more work. So cut the doggone work at 5 o'clock or 4:30 and go to a happy hour. If you don't drink, still go to a happy hour and have a virgin cocktail. Go out looking nice and be in the energy and presence of other men and other women and other people. Pick the location that is going to reflect the type of person that you're trying to date. Location, location, location. Okay? So far, I would kind of chill on the online dating. I would not put so much energy into work and not be the work's wife, but actually leave and make sure that you have something to do and be amongst other people. Potentially meetup.com or potentially happy hours or even shows or something like that. Shows are a little hard because shows have you sitting down and being quiet. And a lot of times people go on dates with take people on dates to shows. Like what I mean by shows is like theater or plays. But stuff like that, join an organization. Try to volunteer. Things like this is like basically whatever you can do to put yourself in the crowd of people that you think best reflect who you would like to date. Okay. Another thing that that I think is worth mentioning for this is locate. What I mean by location, location, location. I did a video about this. Location. If you're gonna be up the street at the little raggedy bar up the street, please believe you're going to be attracting the little raggedy dude up the street. Now, if you want to go to the Ritz-Carlton for happy hour, if you want to go to the Intercontinental for happy hour, thank you, Hannibal. If you want to go to out by the water, the boardwalk waterfront for happy hour 4 to 7. Don't go no later than that. You could probably go a little bit early, but these are when all the, if you said you were a professional business person, Pam, so you want to go out between 4 and 7 for happy hour when the professional businessmen are out. Later than that is the hood rats who they're not high enough in their job to have to go home and sleep well at night. So be out amongst people and pick the right locations that is reflective of who you want to be around and who you think you want to attract, or who you want to scope out. So for instance, you might have to start going to these places and see how the women dress. How do these women dress? How do I stack up against these women? Am I too this? Am I too that? Now don't get too all in your feelings about it. These are probably professional women who've been in these happy hours trying to pull a man. So they probably already 6 months ahead of you, a year ahead of you, then came in there and figured out how to dress, started dressing that way. And so they're a little further on in their like singles journey. So don't go in there and start feeling bad about yourself wherever you go. Go in there and scope out your competition. Go in there and see what kind of men come in there. Go in there and see how you feel. Do you feel confident in there? And sometimes you have to try a bunch of different places until you're like, okay, you know what? I feel more comfortable in the Intercontinental more than I do at the Ritz-Carlton. I'm gonna try to make like every Wednesday, I'm gonna go to the Intercontinental. I'm gonna know all the bartenders. I'm gonna know all the servers, and I'm just gonna make that my weekly routine and see who comes in there and learn. Have dinner or have a light appetizer and a glass of wine or two, and make myself seen in this space. So, oh, I gotta drink water. So maybe pick a location and make it your regular location. But I always suggest in person. In person is going to be better than online. Okay, so professional women, outside of what I just said earlier about them being the office's wife and doing everything for the office but not leaving and not having a real life outside of the office but making the office their life, that's one pitfall of a professional woman, single woman. I think the second pitfall of a professional single woman is the conversation that you're having when you're trying to strike up a conversation with someone or when you're meeting them. A lot of times we professional women will default to a very interview like conversation. And I say men do this as well. So it's not only the women, the men do it as well. So because we're professional, we're so used to speaking in a certain way that's like kind of very professional, and we kind of default to that, like perform. And so you're like now speaking very professional. Hi, how are you? How are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet. Oh, do you hang out here often? And it's a very scripted, professional sounding conversation. And what you want to do is you want to be able to pivot out of your professional persona into your sexy, flirty dating persona. If you don't got a sexy, flirty dating persona, that's your first little assignment. Your first little assignment is go look up sexy women and see what makes them sexy and try to embody some of that. And get yourself to be, start thinking about how you can be a little bit sexier and less professional and scripted, but just a little bit more flirty, a little bit more mysterious, a little bit more bouncy and bubbly, and less like office wife. Okay? That is extremely, extremely hard because I've been working on it for a doggone years. Years! So think about how I switch off professional Pam and into still classy now, still classy, but sexy and fun and vivacious and bubbly a little bit, not ditzy, just lively. Okay? So the right conversation. So instead of always defaulting to your career, sexy but not slutty. I don't like slutty. Not slutty. Sexy is not slutty. A grown woman, sexy. Not a little girl, I don't know how to be sexy, so I'll just default to slut. That's not what we're talking about. Thank you for the comment, Alan. Okay. And I think Pam knows. Pam is a grown woman. She this middle age, she 53. She knows what we're talking about. But just a gentle reminder. Gentle reminder. Play into the sexy. I see you guys comments coming in. I have a little bit more about the conversation, the right conversation when you run into the right guy or the right movements. So I'm going to jump into comments real quick before I get back into the conversation because I see you guys putting in some real good comments. Okay. Let me see. Meet and greet. Say hi and meet in public venue to see if you vibe, DB says. Deb, oh gosh, I'm messing her name up. Deb Day says online dating is tough because the lack of patience. I think it's tough because it's so easy to swipe. I think there's no accountability. It's almost like a worthlessness. Obviously I'm talking about like a Twinder. I made up my own app, like a Twitter. God, what is it called? Tinder, or like Plenty of Fish, where you're just like, nope, 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 yes, nope, nope, yes, nope, nope. It gives you the false understanding that people are kind of disposable and that there's a abundance of never-ending volume. So you have no real reason to commit and to get to know anyone. Whereas when you do it, and even if you do, it's all on paper, right? It's all what they wrote about themselves and their best pictures or their worst pictures because they don't, they have some sort of, weird thought about online dating, so they put their worst pictures so that when they it's all like a game on online dating. However, in person, women have an intuition that is undeniable. So when you go out and you're on your game and you put your energy out, it is attractive to other people, to the right people, that are the people that are resonating on your same level energetically. So that's why you always want to make sure that energetically you're feeling good, you're eating good, you're making yourself feel good, so that that's the type of energy that you're vibrating on, and it attracts others. I know it's hippy dippy, but let me tell you, it works. It works. Okay, so so yeah, and then so lost my train of thought. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's better to do it in person, because then you can also, not only are you energetically putting, vibes out, you can also sense. You can also sense people, and you can also say, you know what? He is, something about him is attractive. You know what I mean? Something about him is a vibe. You know what I mean? Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. All right. So what else are you guys seeing in the comments? Amethyst, beautiful name. Amethyst Crystal. Hello, everyone. All right. In online dating, Alan says, yes, you never know what you're going to get. Um, Lover of my soul says, most of the onliners just want hookups, which is okay, but they try to pretend otherwise, just blocking people's blessings. Okay. Hannibal, hey, what's up? Alan says, sexy but not slutty. We talked about that. DB says, don't give me your degree. Don't give me your title. Just give me your real without revealing all. I'm going to talk about that. DB, did you say you were 49? Grown man. You're middle aged. You look in your 20s. Very beautiful. Jock PPPPP. Clearly you're new here, darling. Maybe you'll catch up. Look at some of my old videos. Thank you. I'm not talking about myself. I had a Pamela write in to tell us about her story of being middle-aged in New Mexico and some of her dating experiences. And we're giving her some little tips. Not that we're all middle-aged and can give her, the best tips in the world, but we want to just kind of get her thoughts going, and everybody else is chiming in. So I'm not middle aged. We're just I'm representing a middle aged woman, and she told us our story, and I read her email earlier on in the broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Your first time here. Sheena, I love dating at this age, especially dating men that appreciate you. So Sheena must be middle aged, and she dates men that appreciate her, older men. Okay. DB says 49. I see. Haha. Ignore me. No, thank you for joining. You'll catch up. You'll catch up. We're on this day 5 of the 7-day challenge, where I go live 7 days in a row answering questions from the It's Kells community, who write into my Gmail box, and I bring their issues to you guys, and then I give my opinion, and all of you guys chime in with your opinion as well. So there, you're caught up. Okay. So I'm not middle aged. All right. So let me jump back into my opinion of Pamela's story. Okay. Sheena says, I'm not middle-aged. I'm just dating a middle-aged man. Now, we talked about dating older men. I love me an older man. A silver fox? Yes, God. All right. So now that we're done talking about silver foxes, DB, uh, right conversation. So DB brought this up as well. So as professional people, both women and men, a lot of us default to this very professional type of conversation, but that's not really what's going to progress chemistry. That's not really what's going to progress your affinity for somebody. What's going to progress it is tapping into more of your passions, what makes your eyes light up, what makes you breathe heavier, what makes you feel positive emotions in your life. So if you have nothing that makes you, that you can talk about outside of work, that makes you feel positive emotions and makes your eyes light up and make you get excited, that is what you need to work on first before you start dating. You have to work on, so when people say you got to work on your internal, you got to know yourself, you got to do all of these, you have to love yourself first. All of that is code for, you have to have a passion and a spark and a vibrancy for life that other people are attracted to as well. And in order for you to have that, you got to know what you like. You got to figure out what you like. You can't just go to work every day and like a lab rat, work, go to here, get this shit done, go there, get this shit done, go here, get this shit done, go there, get this shit done. And then you get on a date, and what are you going to talk about? Going here and get this shit done? Nah, don't nobody want to hear all that. Nobody cares. So you have to not be a lab rat. You have to find something in your life that makes you feel good, so that when you get in your conversations with these older men, Pam, that you said kind of bypassed you, you have to know what to say in the conversation. Okay, I have to backtrack a little bit. I gotta backtrack a little bit. So we just now we're talking about conversation and knowing what to say and knowing how not to always talk about just your career. But how do you even get a conversation with these older gentlemen that are bypassing you? I'm intentionally focusing on older gentlemen because I am of the mindset and opinion that always date older. Always date older. Don't date younger. Don't date real close to your age. Date older. It just always works out better because, as Sheena said, I agree that older men just know what they want, know what they're doing. They know how to treat a woman. I guess they've run through so many women that they know a good woman when they see her. And and then it's the woman's job then to drop the handkerchief. What do I mean by drop the handkerchief? What the hell is Kells talking about now? This girl always got something she coming up with. Where she come up with this? Like, what is she talking about? Dropping the handkerchief. Do you know what that is? If you know what dropping the handkerchief is, throw it in the comments. Dropping a handkerchief is a reference to how women used to get the attention of men in those old black and white films, in an old school way. Okay. In an old school way. So it was the way that you called the attention of a man, very demurely and very sensually and very feminine. So nowadays, what do these girls do when they want to date, when they want to get a man's attention? What they do? All breasts out, behind is out, everything out, just out. That's not how you do it if you want a top notch man. What you do is you get his attention in a subtle way, but you make it comfortable for him to come over and speak to you. You be able to strike up the conversation in a way that's not very professional, but in a way that's soft and sensual and fun and vibrant, that he's attracted to you. So call him over. What does that mean? You're out someplace and you see a guy that you're like, oh, he looks interesting. Subtle. Yes, exactly. He looks interesting. Okay. You have to get his attention. You can't just sit there looking this way, talking about, I hope he see me. I hope he come talk to me. And I'm speaking to myself here because there's been times in my life, child, where I just been like, I don't know how to, I don't know how to do, I'm just going to sit here and look cute. Like, what else am I supposed to do? You're supposed to do a hell of a lot more. Okay, so what can you do? You can eye contact. This is what they say. Now, I'm not great at it. Now, despite these big old eyes, I'm not great at it. But what you're doing is you're trying to engage with the people around you, but you're also giving eye contact to the person that you're trying to summon. So what you do is you look and let them catch you looking at them, and you hold their gaze a little bit longer than is comfortable, and you smile and you look down and then you look back up. Boom. If he see you do that and he don't show up sending a drink, he ain't the one, child. He ain't the one. Now, mind you, this takes practice. So hopefully, maybe Pam already is doing this. Pam's like, child, that's the oldest trick in the book. I've been doing that. I'm middle age, not new age. I don't know. Pam didn't write that in her email, but hopefully this is a little bit of a tip for her. So the same things that the younger girls would do, I would say the same thing the older women need to do. But the older women, I find that older women are like more bashful and shy because I guess they just never had to do this, back in the day. But nowadays, you really do need to be like, I'm going to let you know that I want you to come over here and come talk to me. You know what I mean? And so it's usually about eye contact. It's usually about your smile. It's usually about how you tilt your head. You know what I mean? Like, how you got to figure it out in your mirror. You got to look at those sexy women and you have to try to emulate that. And so you're lifting your energy, your sexiness, your flirtiness, your come hither. You gotta work on all of that. You got to work on all of that. And in order to do any of this come hither, drop the napkin, summoning, you have to feel good about yourself, which is why I'm always like, get in the gym, go work out. I don't care. I don't like working out. I don't care. It's not about it's about necessity. We don't like vegetables, but we eat them. We don't like to, sleep, 8 hours, 9 hours a night, but you got to. You learn to like it, right? Okay, when you were a kid, did you want to go to sleep? No. Did you want to take a bath? No, but guess what? You learned to like it. Learn to like going to the gym and getting the endorphins going, eating properly, taking baths, putting on nice lotions, feeling good, feeding into your femininity. When you work every day, that job will sap your femininity out of you and put you right into matronly mom. Let me tell you about Black women. This workforce is built on the backs of some of black women. This workforce, they will work you down to the, you are capable, you are direct, you're strong, you know what you're talking about. You can be in the room with the white men and not flinch. You could be in the room with the white women and not flinch. You know, you got each other's back at work with the other sisters and brothers in the workplace for the most part. So they will work you down to the bone, and they will put you in your very masculine energy. Very masculine energy. And what your job is again to step out of work wife mode, to step out of professional conversation every time you open your mouth, and step into replenishing your femininity and your sexiness and your softness and your vibrancy for life and the energy that you keep. Thank you, Zaru, that's a pretty name. You guys, y'all are in here tonight with these really pretty names, Amethyst and Debde and Zaruth, and oh gosh, you guys have some beautiful names. Okay, so step into your femininity and replenish your femininity. Long baths with aromatherapy, monthly massages. I get monthly massages. I found my a massage therapist the first month I moved to DC because I was like, this town gonna stress me out, and then I'm gonna get wrinkles, and I can't have that. So I'm gonna find Zaru, not Ruth. Sorry, hey girl. So I'm gonna find a massage therapist. I'm gonna find a spa. I'm gonna keep my nails did. I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm gonna change my hair every time I feel like it. I'm gonna take long baths. I'm going to adorn my skin in oils. I'm going to wear dresses. I'm gonna feel pretty. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna eat well. I'm gonna try to get enough sleep. All of this in an effort to replenish and restore and maintain my femininity, my sexiness, my little pop, you know? And when you've been working as long as you have been, Pam, it's easy to lose. It's easy to lose. It's easy to replace that with like achievement and money and grind and hustle and being in the workplace and rush hour traffic and running into work. All of that is good. I'm not downplaying that because I do the exact same thing. I'm a professional woman. But I also am very protective of my femininity, extremely protective of my femininity. And it's only been in the last 3 years that I realized how it's been siphoned away from women here in this country, that I have become hyper protective of my femininity because there is value in that femininity, in that softness, There is value in that. People seek that. People are attracted to that. People are influenced by that. Okay, so be protective of your femininity and know how to play it up and know how to attract people with it. So it's gonna take some studying. If you're like, what the heck, I don't know how to do none of this, what this girl talking about? Time to study, time to Google, time to YouTube, time to watch some videos and practice, and start thinking about, today I'm going to be feminine and sexy in every step I take. Every high heel click of me in this office is going to be feminine. Damn it, snap. Gonna be feminine. Yes. Mental, right? Okay, femininity. Right conversation. So that come hither. So you do the come hither. You let them know that you're looking at them like, yes, I'd love to know more about you. And look at me. Of course you want to know more about me. So come on over. Bring a drink. And get them to come over when you meet them in person. Okay. And then back to the conversation that we were talking about. Easy conversation. Oh, my degree is in nuclear physicist, some shit that nobody cares about, especially not a man, and blah, 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 blah. Don't nobody care. You are, by the way that you articulate yourself, you can already tell that you're educated. So do I really need to lay out my resume for you? No. So just be careful of that. I'm not saying that older women do that. I'm just reminding all women that, when you're getting back into the dating game, just to remind you guys that came a little later, Pamela is a 53-year-old widow of 13 years with a 25-year-old son. She resides in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and she's trying to get back out into the dating scene. She's tried Match.com, and what else? She didn't say she tried anything else, so I know she's trying some online dating. And she told me all the stats about New Mexico. Apparently, there's a 1 to 1.1 ratio of men to women in New Mexico, which is a freaking phenomenal ratio. Everyone, when I first started this dating series, I got a lot of comments about moving west, saying that the East Coast was extremely difficult for women to date because the male to female ratio was highly skewed in the direction of the female, meaning that there's like 8 women to each man or 3 women to each man, and that I should move west because the ratios were greater. So Pam, by you sharing that statistic with me, kind of validated some of the anecdotal, now me talking like all like I'm freaking teaching a class, but whatever, kind of validated some of the anecdotal evidence that I was receiving in the comments of my video. Okay, that's enough brainiac talk. Okay, so all right, so dropping the napkin, flirting, right place, mindset, right time, conversation, and dating in person, going out and freestyling in person, not this online dating stuff, and also looks. Okay. I saw your picture, Pam, and you look great. You look just pretty and rosy and just beautiful. Looks are important. I did a whole video about looks do matter, that it got a lot of views because, you know, I think nowadays everyone's so afraid to talk about things that are seen as slightly politically, I don't even know if that's politically incorrect to say, ladies, it matter that you look good. Like, but I'm here to tell you that the way I be in the gym, you would think that I had a free membership. And the older you get, the more you gotta be trying to figure out how to keep the body snatched. And black women and have a tendency to be a little thick, okay? And the older you get, the thicker you get. And they will tell you that, oh yeah, you know, when you get older, you gain weight naturally and all of this and all of that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But you still need to be on that treadmill walking. Knees hurt, walk. Ankle hurt, walk. You know, be in a little step aerobics class and get your sexy. Go to a little what's the Latin dancing class? Oh my God, what's that Latin dancing workout class? Zumba. Go and put on your little tight clothes and go in Zumba. Go shake up yourself. Go shake up, exactly, Zumba. Go shake up yourself and practice your sexiness in that class. And you don't have to be thin. It's not about being thin, but it's about sweating. Sweat. Learn how to sweat and be sexy. It will help you in your flirting. It will make you feel better about yourself. Your hair, yes, the hair is a problem. The hair is an issue. It always is. But you have to just come to terms with that and just come get a positive relationship with your hair. It's going to take you longer than everybody else, especially if you have natural hair. You know what I mean? So, you know, learn to embrace wigs, weaves, do whatever you got to do with your hair, but you can't put your hair at the forefront of like, I'm going to sweat my hair out. You know, you just got to deal with it. So, so looks do matter, and keeping your physicality as good as you can get it. Not getting obsessed, but just showing that you care for yourself in what you put in your body and what you eat and how you you know, how much sleep you get, because that shows on your face. Me, when right now I don't have enough sleep. I don't know, y'all can't tell because I got this makeup on, but I don't have enough sleep, and you can see it in your eyes, you can see it in your skin. So getting enough sleep, you know, I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot with my hands tonight. Sorry, guys. Let me fix this. Getting enough sleep, Zumba class, that you love Zumba, I love to dance, and all of that. So let me pause right there and let me jump in the comments to see what else you guys are saying. What other tips are we giving for middle-aged woman who is in Albuquerque, New Mexico, professional woman, highly educated, makes a lot of money. Let me talk about that, making that money and the male ego. Moisturize. If you are not putting on a heavy night cream at night and a lighter cream with sunblock, yes, black lady, yeah, you black ladies, sunblock cream in the morning. I use Garnier. It's at CVS. It's like $18 a bottle. I don't even use the retinol expensive stuff. I just make sure to moisturize. You must moisturize your face. And I've been doing this since young, because I always saw my mother do it. You know what I mean? So, you know, please make sure you're moisturizing. But just keeping your vibrancy and your sprightliness. Okay, so that's enough with that. Let me jump into the comments, and then let me talk about, after this, remind me if I go off on a tangent. I want to talk about making a lot of money and male egos. Okay, let me jump in the comments real quick. All right, y'all are going ham in these comments. Okay, let's see. Yes, be subtle so the man can follow and chase. So when you drop that handkerchief, you see, think of the imagery of dropping a handkerchief. So let me explain that a little further. In the old time movies, how a woman would call the attention of a man was she would drop her handkerchief and keep walking, and she would do it in a way so that he saw her drop her handkerchief, and then he would come to her rescue. Okay, so the woman set up the scenario so that, gosh, hold on one sec. This talking these many days in a row got me hoarse. Okay, so the woman would set up the scenario so that the man would seize an opportunity to approach her. So earlier when I was talking about calling somebody or summoning somebody with that by dropping the handkerchief, that's what I mean. It means an elegant, subtle way of letting someone know that you're interested in speaking to them. So you do it by your eyes, by your smile, by holding their gaze a little bit longer, by your movements, sitting, maybe turning a little bit towards them and opening up your body language towards them. Not doing the most, not showing how these young girls be like trying to twerk and all this, but like, I can't, no, you obviously older, middle-aged women hopefully wouldn't do that. But we're talking about being extremely subtle but sensual in the way that you let a man, know that you're interested in talking to him. So you have to work on your flirting and your summoning and your dropping your handkerchief in order to open up the lines of communication for that conversation. And then we talked about what type of conversations to have, not interview, but this is what makes my heart skip a beat. He asks you, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" Instead of saying, "Oh, well, I'm an analyst for the Department of finance at the Coca-Cola factory down the street." Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. If they ask you, "Oh, well, what do you do for a living?" "Oh, well, I love to write. So I spend a lot of my job writing, which is pretty interesting. And then I also do a bit of some creative stuff on the side as well, because I like to balance out the technical writing with my creative writing as well. So yeah, so that's what writing really kind of makes my heart skip a beat. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Turn the conversation. Turn the conversation. You don't talk about your professional thing like that. You talk about what makes your heart skip a beat. You know what I mean? You turn it into why they would be interested in learning more about you. What's intriguing about you. You know what I mean? You hear that? You guys in the comments. You see what I'm saying? Turn the conversation. Turn the conversation. So it's a lot of work in dating. It's a lot of work of being engaging. It's a lot of it's a lot of dropping the handkerchief, but it's a lot of work behind it as well. Okay, so let's see what else you guys are saying in the comments. Woo. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. DB says it's important to notice the moment, seize the moment, and say and do something. Say and do the right thing. I don't know what you mean by that, but again, it's the being able to open up the lines of communication and the come hither. It's important to know how to do, and you got to work on your inner confidence first. You have to have the confidence to do that. If you don't have the confidence to go out and open up yourself to people and put your energy out there and receive the energy of others, you need to work on that first and foremost. Okay? All right. What have I done? Okay, here we go. Okay. It matters to me when I see a woman that looks good. Because the thing is that it's not only physical looks, but it's how confident she is in her body and what she's wearing. And, how her hair's done and how her makeup's done. And yes, I think hair and makeup and what you're wearing is important if you're out dating and trying to attract a husband or a boyfriend or, middle-aged, hubby or something, Zumba, be sexy, do your workout. We talked about that. It's important for people of color to stay active and be in shape. Trust me, I'm a gym rat, not for looks, but for health. So as you get older, it's not only about maintaining your looks, it is about your health and that hypertension and high cholesterol, diabetes, all them things they be strickening us with. You better get in the gym, walk on that treadmill and try to do something. Also, there's a bunch of these places popping up called med spas. Let me tell you, they be in there rubbing the cellulite off. They be in there doing laser hair removal. They be in there doing vampire facials and getting the wrinkles gone. Listen, listen, don't get it twisted. Go on ahead and go up in the med spa and get a little tweak done. Now it's not surgery, but it's like a little, laser hair removal, little laser facial, glycolic acid face peel. Shoot, the Kardashians ain't the only one who could get a little something something done. Like go up in the med spas and get it tightened up. Get it all tightened up. It's not a big deal. And when I say tightened up, I mean like with the lasers and stuff. I'm not talking about actual surgery. I wouldn't do that. But I definitely get some cellulite rubbed off. Some wood therapy cellulite things. Child, go up in the med spas. Okay. Thank you, boo. You like my hair? Thanks. Marjorie says, men are visual beings. You have to put the effort in to look good. You sure do. I love Zumba. Moisturize, lady, says Marjorie. I can't dance, but I love Zumba. Exactly. Just get your little body moving. Get your little sexiness going. Zaru says self-esteem and self-worth and mental health. Some sisters need to believe in themselves. You have to start within. You have to know what makes your heart skip a beat. Start there. Figure out what makes your heart skip a beat and go in that direction in your personal life and get out of the doggone office. The office ain't going to do nothing for you. They got us all up in there being a doggone office wife. Everything they want, they calling you. Can you throw together? It's holiday time. We need to decorate. Would you be able to run to the dollar store, get some fabric or something? We're gonna decorate the cubicles. Here you go, jumping to do that when it's happy hour up at the Ritz Carlton, when you could be out there summoning you in the office, putting up doggone decorations. Don't do it. So anyway, you know what I mean? Be nice to the office, but you have to be able to balance your life. And them having you running around like the doggone mother hen, not important. Not important. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Deb Day. I feel like I'm messing up your name, girl. Get involved in activities you love. If you look happy doing things you love, you will attract interesting men. Right. Get your vibration up. Be in love with something and it will attract other things. Like have something that makes your heart skip a beat. Kells, lover of my soul, Kells, I still don't know how you still single, sis. Shaking my head. Who told y'all I was single? Who told y'all I was single? I told y'all I was single. Okay, lover of my soul. Good point, a bit, right? Okay, I don't believe in telling men how much you earn. Okay, Jack is saying I don't believe we're going to talk about that. And it's important when you're talking to men that it's important to be confident, not cocky. Okay, and right, office wife. No, they will have you being the doggone office wife. You're in there doing everything for everyone. It's okay to give a man a compliment, shirt, card to start a convo. That too. Okay. So, how much you make and a man's fragile ego. I don't believe in telling a man how much you make either, because that is automatically going to put you in a place of competition with the man. Now, you might be like, no, it's not, because I'm not, how can we be in a place of competition if I'm not competing with you? A man's mind works a little bit different than a woman's mind. And this is stuff that this part I'm pretty passionate about, because, you start to test things and you start to figure out and you start to reflect on your past relationships and you're like, oh, he was competing with me. When you do things like give men too much advice, you think you're just having conversation, but you're giving them advice about their office or their business or their work, and you start stepping into their mind, right? So you're trying to give them advice about some sort of professional thing about their business, or you start to mention or they give them hints about how much money you make, or anything anything that is typically their domain, and you start talking about how you have I don't even know how to say it. You are doing the same competing that they're doing. It starts to make them feel like they're in competition with you. Yes, it might seem, all the things that we would say to make that derogatory. Oh, it's so juvenile. Oh, they're so immature. Whatever you want to say about men and that kind of mindset to kind of downplay it doesn't change the fact, right? So when I give you the advice of don't talk about all the career stuff, talk about turn it into what makes your heart skip a beat, what brings you joy, it's because, in my opinion, a man is missing femininity in his life. So when I say feed into yourself, do your stuff, hold on now. If I got a troll in these comments, please believe you will not be able to get a word in edgewise because I'm about to hit that block right now. You hear me? Okay. So if I got a troll in these comments, y'all let me know right away. Okay. So you're wanting to bring something into a man's life that he doesn't already have, right? So if you're talking about money that you're making, or if you're giving business advice, or if you're trying to show how smart you are, like over talking, over analyzing, over intellectual talk, you're not bringing something to his life that he doesn't already have, especially if you're seeking a high caliber man and you're talking to a high caliber man. In fact, you are challenging what he has. So you think, oh, I'm just giving him business advice. No, you're challenging his business thinking. Oh, well, I'm a boss. I make a lot of money. He should know it. Okay, well, you're saying his money not long enough. You know what I mean? So you just be aware of that. Now, as crazy as it might sound, just be aware of that it is a little bit of a turnoff for men. So what you're doing is you're adding to their life in a way, in bringing what they can never bring, which is the femininity, the softness, the fun, the liveliness, the all the things about life that people use money to try to buy. That's what you're bringing, okay? And then it will bring, again, yesterday I talked about this equilibrium, this kind of like flow and partnership, the yin to the yang in the relationship. Everybody having a true purpose. Now, the thing with professional women is that you can do both, right? You could swing into the very professional, money-making, business decision, strategic. You can swing into that easily. And then you could swing right back out, Pam, mother of a son, former wife, widowed, softness. But the thing with it is that a man can't do that full pendulum swing. A man can be a man and do the building and the digging and all the manly stuff, but he can't really do the feminine stuff like that. You know what I mean? They can do the motions, but it's not their best. It's not their best, attribute, right? So you want to bring the value to the relationship by bringing something that he can't really do, And I don't mean like cooking and cleaning. I mean energetically. And I hope that makes sense, because sometimes I be trying to say stuff and people will be just like, this girl going, she done jumped off the deep end. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So you're bringing something to the relationship that they can't otherwise get. Okay. So I see you guys in the comments. Let me see what else are you talking about in the comments. What other tips can we give to a middle-aged woman looking to get back into the dating game? And she's been widowed for 13 years. She has a 25-year-old son, lives in New Mexico, professional woman, online dating, but wanting to make sure, asking, can people still have conversations nowadays? Do people still talk? And wondering if, what's going on in this dating world. And so far, just to backtrack, we talked about, oh gosh, I threw my paper away. Here we go. We talked about working on the flirting, dropping the handkerchief, being able to be sensual and sexy and summon someone to come and talk to you, opening up your body language to them, making sure they see you and you figure out a way to let them know, hi, I'm approachable. You won't get denied. I won't shoot you down. come talk to me, and opening up those lines of communication. We talked about not being a doggone office wife and the horse that they put all the work on because you're the one who's capable and can get it done, and actually leaving the office on time and understanding that you're not married to the office. It's just a means to an end, but you need to be out and about and going to meetups.com, going to volunteer, going to your Zumba class, get your fitness on, get your sexy on, putting your energy out there with people, and also, feeling the energy of others, not just through the television screen or the digital screen, right? I saw the comment about vulnerability. Okay. Right place, right time, right conversation. So going to the right places, where putting yourself in situations and places that you think the type of man you would like to date is there. So you said that, the population of black men in New Mexico is kind of small. Also, the ones that are wanting to talk to you are younger than you, and the other ones date interracially. So, maybe think less about race and think more about just the type of man that you would like. So if you're like, okay, I'm 53, I would like to date somebody 57 or 60, and 57 or 60, 57, older, and with, well established, professional, where would this type of man be? Would he be at the cigar club? Would he be on the waterfront at the steakhouse on the waterfront? For happy hour? Would he be at the Starbucks in the wealthy part of town early Sunday mornings or Saturday mornings? Would he be, this is the mindset, right? Right place, right time, right conversation. How do you have the conversation? What are you talking about in conversation? We're just recapping what we talked about early. What kind of conversation are you having? Are you having this professional conversation? Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Pam and I work at the blah. No. Oh yeah. What do you do for a living? Oh, I do a lot of writing at my work. I love to write. I love to write. I actually write short stories, and I kind of publish them to my blog online. Maybe one day I'll let you read them, but I love to write. Don't talk about career, especially not in the beginning. Talk about what makes your heart skip a beat. And if you don't know what makes your heart skip a beat, therein lies the problem. Okay, right conversation. Then we talked about looks. Looks. You got to look good. Men are visual creatures, and women are too. You don't want no sloppy middle-aged man. Who gonna take care of him? Who gonna take care of a sloppy middle-aged man when he get old? 10 years from now, who gonna take care of him? Same thing, he would be thinking about you. You gotta look good. Gotta look good. And Pam sent in a picture of herself. And let me tell you, she cute. She cute. She looked like Lisa Ray. She really does. So whoever told you look like Lisa Ray, they weren't gassing you. You actually do. And she looks good. You know what I mean? So keep that up. And Marjorie said, moisturize. I saw comments coming in talking about vulnerability. I think I can talk about that a little bit. And when I say femininity, vulnerability, all of these are kind of similar characteristics. So let's see. Let's see what you guys are saying. What does DB agree if you are not rub your feet material girl? But I have no idea what you mean. Vulnerability is very important. Let's talk about that. Explain getting into this version of fun versus the diva been seen by others at a lounge version of fun. Mr. Research, aka Q, not sure what you're talking about. Cowboy, talk to a lot of people even if you're not interested in them to build up your network. Okay, that's an interesting tip. Okay, vulnerability, and then we are going to say goodnight. And let me just glimpse at her email real quick just to make sure I kind of hit on all the topics that I can. And we also talked about how conversation is relatively shallow on text, especially when you're on online dating. It's not about holding a long conversation when you're online dating. It's about quickly establishing if you can go, can you get a dinner or a lunch with this person. I don't do coffee dates, but it might be okay. But, I don't really, in other videos we talked about standards. And so that's your prerogative. But, online dating is not to have long text buddy. You ain't on online dating to have a text buddy. You're online dating to see the pictures and you're like, okay, we look kind of good and your profile kind of sounds good. Let's go out and meet in person. So sometimes I don't usually online date. I totally bypass that. And then, hey Roosevelt, good morning. I totally bypass that and I go straight to the go in person out, to the right places at the right time to try to meet people. Even conferences. There other day I was going to a couple of professional conferences, but when I went to my professional conferences, let me tell you this little trick here. Okay. When I went to my professional conferences, a lot of times at these conferences, you see an abundance of women and lesser men. And what I decided was I wanted to be extra feminine. So I didn't wear a black suit. I wore dresses with like vest. It was during the summer. I wore dresses with like little sleeveless vests thrown over. I had my hair big and out. Beat my face for the gods every day. I didn't go and do the hustle and bustle and go meet and shake hands and kiss babies and all of that. No. I was leisurely. I met who I could meet. I didn't set up a whole bunch of meetings. I went there to see who was there and be I just intentionally went with an extra dose of femininity because I knew it would make me stand out amongst the other women there that were hustling and bustling. Now, this was a real good conference because this was a professional business conference that I went to. And that strategy of going into a place where all the other women were going to be hyper masculine and going in hyper feminine served me well. So, Pamela, the next time you go to a conference, you said you're a professional woman, sign up to go up to a professional conference and then show up slightly different than the other women would be and see what your reception is. And do the same thing, drop your handkerchief, be cute, but you're still being classy, you're still dressing appropriately, but you're dressing a little softer, maybe in lighter colors, maybe in more dresses than instead of pantsuits and jacket and, all of that. Dress feminine. Just play up the femininity and see how you do in these professional conferences, because then you'll have an abundance of these guys that you're seeking to date, and you'll know that they're professional and they'll know that you're professional, but you still don't do the same thing. Don't lean into the conversation with your profession. Still transition the conversation from the professional to the what makes your heart skip a beat. And try that at a professional conference the next time you go, and that might be a dope tip because it definitely worked for me, like in real life. So try that. That might work for you as well, Pam. Okay, let me just have a glimpse real quick at whatever else, if I left anything else out of the email here, and I don't think so. I agree with you. Don't lower your standards. Just adjust what you're looking for. Adjust what you like. Adjust how you present yourself, and test that and see how it goes. You don't have to lower your standards. You might have to shift what you like. You definitely will, and what you do and where you go. But you don't have to take what you could get. You don't have to. You too cute. I see your picture. You do not have to take what you can get. Don't let these people fool you. You can still maintain, but you have to switch your tastes and what your behaviors. You will have to do that, but you don't have to lower. Yeah, I think we touched on everything. I think the West, lover of my soul, says, Kells, you've been holding out on us. I told y'all a couple broadcasts ago, I can't tell you all my secrets. I can't tell you all my secrets. There's mystery. Like, I told you, I didn't tell y'all I was single. I didn't tell you that. Good night. Okay, so guys, vulnerability. Oh, really quick. Vulnerability, I think that might have to be a conversation for another day. Can you write into me, Zaru, and let me know on itsKelsCollective@gmail your experience with vulnerability, if you want me to have a conversation all around vulnerability, because it's such a massive topic. Hey Pam, good tips on things I have forgotten about. Thanks for the advice. Vulnerability is such a massive topic that it's hard for me to throw it out, and we're already at an hour and 8 minutes, so we're gonna have to say goodnight, guys. Another amazing broadcast, I think. Y'all let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing if you're not already subscribed. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. We are on day 5 of the 7-day challenge for the It's Kells Collective, where you guys write in and I respond live, candid, on camera. And not only do I respond, but you get the collective wisdom of the It's Kells community so that we can go through this dating world together, not alone. I thank you guys so much for coming in. We're on day 5. We only got 2 more days. Oh, I gotta let you guys know. For Friday, I'm gonna be busy on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay. So my broadcasts are going to be on different times. They are not going to be 7 to 9 on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. They're going to be during the day. Have a good night, love of my soul. They're going to be during the day. So I don't know what time I'm going to go on Friday, probably early. And then Saturday, probably in the morning. And then Sunday, probably in the morning as well. So y'all bear with me, but I promised that I would come on. And so I will be on, but they'll be on different days. So what does that mean? That means turn on your notifications. That means subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know when I go live, because it will change again for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay? So I do these videos so you know you're not out here alone in this sometimes crazy dating world. I'd love to have you guys join me again for day 6 and 7. Only 2 more days left in the 7-day challenge. And also to email me at itskellscollective@gmail.com. You're dating drama, you're dating tea, how you want to participate in this 7-day challenge. That's how you do it. You send me in what you want me to talk about, and I scroll through the emails and I talk about it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining again and for being such a active, engaged participants in the community. I know Pam was in the comments tonight, so I know she got a lot of value out of what you guys were saying and reading what you're saying. And Pam, do let me know. Keep me posted. Keep emailing me, and I'll bring it back out to the collective of your progress. But I think hopefully you were able to get some value from the little tips we talked about tonight. Okay? All right, guys. Good night. Bye.